Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Yard Dogs channel, where we help your business go from being a pain in the grass to being a lawn care company that you're proud of and you brag to your friends about. Today, I have the absolute privilege of having with me Mr. Victor Carpe. Victor's been with us. This is his second season with us now. Believe it or not, he's a young kid. He is 17 years old, but he is absolutely crushing it. He's been with us for, now that he's in here the second season, he's a lawn care veteran. And last year, he was killing it with the sales. And this upcoming season, he is doing an even better job. And he's going head-to-head with Chris, who you saw in the other interview there. Victor, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's awesome being back here for a second year and being a part of the energy and getting lawns green here in Calgary and being a part of the team. So yeah, it's all my pleasure.
Awesome. Well, Victor, you're 17 years old. First and foremost, what the heck are you even doing here? Tell us a little bit about your story and how you ended up in the dirt life with us.
Well, I guess COVID hit kind of in March, and I wanted. I stayed home and, focused on my school and that kind of thing. But then I decided, I love working hard. I love being a part of a team aiming to get things done. And I love being a part of a team that's doing that safely too. And, making sure that we're sanitizing and all of that stuff as well. Which is why it was a pleasure here in March after about 2 weeks of COVID. I was bored and I was like, man, I got to do something. And that's when I kind of thought about Yard Dogs. And, I came here for an interview. And I think I was kind of just looking at, just kind of cleaning the trucks and that kind of thing and doing more of that because I was 16 at the time. And thankfully, you guys had a spot open for sales and we started doing some cold calling and it worked well. And so, I guess I just came here because, I was looking to work hard and, 5 minutes in this room, 5 minutes being in the office, I could tell this is a team that knows how to have fun, work hard, get things done. And yeah.
That's awesome. No, and it was kind of funny. It was almost like a gift from God that you were working here. Because I remember originally, you were telling me you couldn't even, the first time you sort of called me asking for a job or if you were even hiring, you were saying you couldn't even start until I think it was May or late April and stuff. And I was saying, hey, I'm sorry, but we start operations. The sales position actually starts in March.
Yeah.
So COVID coming around, you were home from boarding school a lot sooner.
Yeah, it was actually super beneficial because, I was originally not even going to get out until June the 11th. Mm-hmm. So June the 11th is when I would have been joining the team. Yeah, I called you and you said that's not going to work. And yeah, it was kind of thanks in part to COVID that I was able to be here for the sales position and, have the opportunity to experience this great year. And now, no surprise, I'm coming for a second year and hopefully a third.
Absolutely, man. No, trust me. The numbers you're hitting, you're definitely going to be here for the third.
Thanks.
Victor, he's been so good at sort of helping people understand what kind of package they even need out of the four that we have. And I guess, Victor, one question that I keep getting from people, when I tell them about our business and the lawn care sales and all that, they're actually confused. They're like, wait, what do you mean sales for lawn care? How's that a thing? Don't you guys just go out and cut grass? But it's actually not like that at all. Tell me a little bit about your position, what you even do in it, and what's the purpose of it?
Yeah, well, the purpose of it is, really because, here at Yard Dogs, we have 4 different packages. And all of the packages are meant for different types of lawns. And oftentimes it's kind of hard to understand, what type of package do I need, right? If you have yellow grass, but no bare spots, well then, you have a certain package for that. Whereas if your lawn's decimated with, no grass, tons of bare patches, very little growth, well then you're going to need a bit of a higher up package. So I think the thing about the lawn care industry is you first have to help people to decide what package is going to best fit their lawn care needs and get them the lawn they're looking for. But then secondly, with things, kind of as broad as weed control and fertilizer, people are wondering, how are you going to take care of my weeds? They're growing constantly for the 6 months. Are you checking up once a week? There's a ton of different stuff to explain. It's so specific, and because we're really offering something that rejuvenates the lawn, that really gets you nice grass, we have to explain it because it's it's a complex thing what we're offering because it's it's really powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I guess a big question would be you're getting from people when they call in right now, they want a service called a power rake. And for those who don't know, a power raking, it's a machine that dethatches your lawn. It rakes it several dozen times a second. It's actually a very harsh service. And when they call us, Victor doesn't recommend it. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, well, I really try to steer away from power raking. And the reason is, you get a quote for power raking in Calgary or anywhere else. First of all, you're looking at a pretty expensive price because it's a hefty service. So for a really small size lot, you're looking at $100 for the depatching on its own. When you incorporate getting a cleanup on top of that, and when you talk about a medium-sized yard or a big-sized yard, you're looking at a higher price than that. And the thing is, this isn't even for like a service to take care of you for a month. This is a one-time 2-hour job, right? You can contrast that with a lawn care package, right? You start with your smallest one at $208, and you get to your biggest one at $545, and then that can vary, dependent on square footage. The point is, only for a little bit more money, you get service taken care of you for a full 6 months. Your weeds are taken care of, fertilizer's taken care of, and you get a green lawn. So the power rake's not even necessary. It's a one-day service, whereas what we can provide you with is, a full 6 months of service to get you a really nice lawn at just a little extra money, and it's completely worth it. So that's why we definitely recommend going with that package over the power rake. And there's some disadvantages to power raking too, which you often have to go through, depending on the timing of the year. And, if you power rake too much, it can actually be quite detrimental to the health of the roots. Quite a lot of things to explain. But once you tell people, about the power rake and why not to get it, they go for that package, and then you get the joy of seeing them, look at their lawn in the end of August and say like, whoa, that was worth it, because I've just been sitting on my porch, in April, and now it's 5 months later, and look at what this has gotten me. Mm-hmm. What a pleasure.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I guess like I've had, since I've been doing this, like I've been in the soil and grass industry for like 8 years now, and time has flown by. But I have people sort of messaging me all the time on the side or through Facebook and Instagram. And they're sort of saying, okay, yeah, you know what? One thing I'm really struggling with is hiring a salesperson, even knowing what they would do, or even myself, like people call me, but I'm always out doing the work myself, and they're having a hard time closing people on the phone. And what's odd enough is that we actually sell 95% of our business on the phone. The other 5%, we'll call it 90% of the phone, 5% door to door, and 5% is actually the technicians at someone's house and people coming by saying, hey, what the heck are you doing? So if 90% of our sales are coming from the phone, what tips would you give to someone running their own lawn care business, or any business for that matter, when it comes to how do we help people make a purchasing decision over the phone, and what do you do to facilitate the whole process?
Wow, great question. Yeah. So I'd say the first thing is you want to kind of ask about the state of their lawn, because, once you ask them how their lawn is looking, what issues are facing it, and that kind of thing, then you can actually make a proper assessment. And what you're saying on the phone isn't just a whole bunch of sales pitches. It's actually recommendations that are oriented to what they actually need. So it makes sense for them. And, it actually connects with what they're looking for, right? So that's the first thing. You got to ask questions about the lawns, right? Because we can't go to each house and assess it. That would take way too long. That's kind of the job for the technicians when they do their first service. So you got to ask that question, figure it out, and then from there you can connect with what they actually need. And then from there, you explain how it works, how it's going to get them, that nice turf they're looking for, the steps that we make sure to provide so that they know what they're doing in terms of watering, so that we're not just going there, dumping off the stuff and then leaving. They know how to actually help, get the best results from the applications we're giving them. So I'd say it's just that. You got to listen to what the individual problems are with the lawn. And, then you recommend a package based on that. And that shows that you're connecting with what they actually need. From there you facilitate, you talk about it, and then, pretty soon you have a package set up, and then a few months later you have somebody who wants to join again for a second year.
There we go. That's how Victor gets people in the door, and once they come to Yard Dogs, they tend to stay with Yard Dogs. Yeah, they're quite happy, unless they moved or, they had to, life change has happened to them. They usually stick with the Yard Dogs, which is really cool to see. And so, Victor, we're actually a team of 15 people here at the office, in addition to the office staff and the techs that are out there. And that's not including the 10 people that go door to door for sales for us. Yeah. What would you say is the coolest thing about our culture, and what's one personal area that you've really grown as a person being here for the past, now we're in our second year?
Ooh, okay.
Hey everyone, plot twist. So at this point of the interview, all of a sudden my audio wasn't synchronizing with Victor's lips, and it just looked like a gong show. So we are redoing this part right here. This is the next This is 2 days after that original recording here. Victor's back with me here in the office, and I just asked him what his favorite part about our culture is here and how he has personally grown being at our company thus far. Victor, take it away.
Yeah, so, I'd say for the culture at Yard Dogs, I'd say my favorite aspect would have to be the fact that we really focus on, getting done work, keeping things, being hardworking, getting things done, doing what we need to do each day to make sure we're, meeting our goals. But we also know how to have fun, really positive energy, and, we really enjoy ourselves while we're working. We know how to do that. And so I'd say that's really the best part is, even though we're working hard and keeping busy, we have tons of fun doing it because it's a great team, and it's awesome.
I think that's a good philosophy for life, you gotta work hard, but you gotta play hard too. Otherwise, you get burnt out working and you become a robot. And if you play too much, you just become a bum, So like a good combination of the two together, both sides are bad, but you put the two together, it's a great combo for life, I suppose.
Yeah, well said, yeah. And then I'd say just personal growth, I'd say for me it would have to be time management. I joined this company when I was 16 years old, so I was doing school, balancing what my parents want and, friends, and then working. And so I'd say Yard Dogs really gave me the opportunity to learn how to manage my time well, how to make sure I'm staying on top of my school, doing my job here at work and doing what my parents wanted me at home. So I'd say that's the best skill I've picked up is knowing how to manage my time and balance things, and that's probably been the best, the thing I've grown in the most, which I was not good at
awesome.
2 years ago.
Well, Victor, you keep doing what you're doing. You are night and day way ahead of me when I was 17. We have a hard time remembering that Victor is 17. We're all 26 around here at the office, but Victor is essentially 9-10 years younger than us, but it doesn't show, which is kudos to you, man. I think you're going to go some very far places. Regardless of that, though, we are still thankful to have you here at Yard Dogs. We're kicking butt this 2021 season. This is going to be the best season yet, man. You know it. We got lots of leads from the weekend going into this Monday here that we're going to crush today. And, hey, let's just keep it up. I think the future is very bright. Victor, thanks so much for your time this past couple days here for this interview. And I guess if you had one tip for a salesperson for closing the deal, what would you say it is?
Just one tip.
I always throw these curveballs out there. You think you're off the hook, but no.
I have to stay on my toes. I think the best thing I could give as a recommendation to a salesperson to close people that first time on the phone, is probably just to figure out what their problem is, what they're looking for in the lawn, figure out the solution, and then explain very thoroughly and in a way that applies to their problem why that solution is going to fix it, and then I guess from there it's pretty straightforward, but that's a tough one. There's many different components.
Focus on the solution to their problem. Don't ramble on about the other crap that goes on. Awesome. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Really do appreciate your time. But stay tuned. We're going to keep throwing you great content for growing your lawn business and taking your business from here to that next level. Thanks again, guys. Take care. Let's go.